today I'm doing the time and place tag. Now, I saw Ariel Bissett do this, and the creator of the video is... I can't remember her name, but I'll link her video down below so you can go check it out. And technically, basically what you have to do is you take 5 books that you have some attachment to it or a story related to it, and I tell you guys how, why I chose it. I don't know. You'll see what I mean like when I start the video. Let's go. So the first book I'm going to show you is Hunger Games. Now, I read Hunger Games the year it came out, like the year it came out. I don't remember what the year it was. 2012? 2011? 2012. 2012. The thing is, I didn't buy it for myself. I bought it for my mom. I was like, oh mom, you should really read this book. It sounds interesting. You should read it. Not me. You should read it, mom. So I'll buy it for you for your birthday. She didn't really want to read it. She was like, kids killing each other? I don't know. So I was like, I don't care. I'm going to get you this book and you're going to read it. So I got her the first book in paperback. And this is the original copy. And then this year I went and I bought the hard copy at a used bookstore. Hard, soft. Hard, soft, hard, soft. So yeah, she read it, and then I picked it up because I was like, I want to read it too, I guess, because the movie's coming out, blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't a reader back then. I read like a book a year maybe back then. So I bought this book for her thinking she doesn't want to read it, she's gonna read it. And then I might pick it up after because I want to read it too. So I bought this book for myself, but I forced my mom to read it, and then I read it and I loved it. I was addicted to it, and then the movie came out, really addicted to it. And then this year I finally found a hardcover copy for like $8. So yeah, keeping both covers, both copies, because they mean a lot to me. The next book I want to show you is a book I've had since I was 2, probably 2 years old, and it's called Farm Babies, and it's really small, and it's just about this girl that looks like my neighbor. That's like the main reason I picked this book. This little girl here looks exactly like my next door neighbor that I grew up playing with. It's kind of scary, and it's really fun. And you know, it's just about this girl that lives on a farm, and she goes and visits the animals with her mom, and it's just the fondest memories of books that I have from my childhood because, you know, my mom read it to me a lot. It was my favorite book when I was a kid, and it's really small. This next story goes with a book that everybody's loved over these past 2 months, month and a half, and the reason I'm picking Queen of Shadows is because the way that I found the book was ridiculous. I went to the bookstore every single day the week before the book came out just to make sure that it wasn't on the shelves so that I didn't miss out on it or anything. So I went to Chapters and Walmart every single day for 7 days before the book came out. And then when the book finally came out, I found it in Chapters. And now I know why they didn't put it out early, because of this sticker right here. When I found it on the shelf, they were all stacked up like this, and the first like 4 books on the top didn't have signed copies, and then I was looking through them because her hand had like a little chipped piece on it, and it drove me nuts. I gotta go find the perfect copy to make sure that it's pristine, that it looks flawless, that it's the perfect copy for me. Looking through the shelves, pulling them one by one, I'm like, no, chipped, chipped, chipped. I don't know why they had all these chipped hands. Like, what do they do when they ship them? And then, like, the last 3 copies, I pulled this one out, and I had a mini heart attack. I vlogged the whole thing. When I did my haul, my, like, recent haul, I put the video in of me finding this. Let me just say I was a little hysterical. I was freaking out that I found a signed copy because I've never had a signed copy before, so this was like a precious gem. The next book that I want to show you is Stephen King's The Eyes of the Dragon. Now this book is like a fairy tale with a dragon and a kingdom and stuff. I'm not too sure what it's about because I haven't read it yet, but my mom loved it. She has her own copy. But the thing is, I went to a used bookstore in Miramichi, New Brunswick, and this place is so weird. You have the main building, which is like just a house. It's just a regular house, but the inside is stacked full of books. You can barely pass through the aisles that they have there. Like, you really have to like slide on the side to get through the aisles. And it's just stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of books. One behind them is just a real mess in there. But they had the Stephen King section. And when I found this, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy my own copy because, you know, my mom loved it, so I'm gonna get one too. On top of stacks and stacks and stacks of books, outside the building, like in the big yard that he has, there are probably more than 50 like big storage bins with just piles and piles and piles and piles of books in it, and it's just, I don't know, it's the weirdest book place I've ever been to in my entire life. The guy's kind of weird too. I think he was like lonely or something. He was nice, but he was weird. He wouldn't let us leave. Yeah, it was a weird place. Very eccentric. The last books that I want to show you are kind of weird. They're not your typical books. They are my Hansen books. You know I love Hansen. Everybody knows I love Hansen. It's a thing I like. And when I was in 9th and 10th grade, I had like, my obsession was like really high. It's like my One Direction obsession right now. It was really high back then. And people knew I loved Hansen, so they got me books. These two girls that I babysat down the road, one day I went to babysit them and they had books for me. And the thing is, they only got me like 2 books, so I can't remember where I got the second 2, probably at a thrift store. That's usually where they are. These mean a lot to me, and the time period that I got them was so special, and you know, I can't get rid of these. I never will get rid of these. They're too special to me, and every time I look at them, it just reminds me of that time where I was really obsessed with Hansen. Now I just love them. I don't have like this obsession like I had back in 2007. Now I just like them. Well, I still love them, but now it's like really dimmed down low where I'm just like, yeah, I like Hansen. I went to see them 5 times. No big deal, okay? So yeah, these mean a lot to me. So that was the Time and Place book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I challenge you guys to do it because it's really fun just going back and reminisce in the times that you either bought the books or read them, you know, and just had a lot of fun with them. So I thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Click that button down there. It'll just do it automatically. That red button that says subscribe on it. Don't be afraid of the redness of it. It's just there to tempt you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Whoa, what the heck? Bye.